What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jaime Dee Show. Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys all for being here. Today is Friday. Super excited for the weekend, especially after everything that's been going on. I am ready for the weekend. For everybody who's tuning in and listening live in their car, listening on the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook, I really, really appreciate you guys for supporting the Jaime Dee Show. Make sure you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, and send out the link to your family, friends, and those who you just enjoyed. Yes. All right. So let's get into the show rundown. All right. So we're going to go with daily news. We're going to have a conversation on how to handle if your kid is a bully, and hopefully we can finally get to this topic I've been trying to get to for almost a week and a half now. Do we make the wrong people famous? I've been trying to get to this topic for the longest, but we have to get people calling in. We have to get people to actually interact. So, hey, that has to come first sometimes. All right. As reported by It's On Site, a 33-year-old woman from Ohio has been charged with 4 counts of murder after allegedly meeting men for sex and drugging them to steal their belongings, according to the Ohio Attorney General's office per People. Rebecca Auburn of Columbus is accused of drugging the men to paralyze them before robbing them. Quote, "Don't buy sex in Ohio. It ruins lives and can cost you yours," end quote, Ohio Attorney General David Yost said in a statement in the press release. Investigators have connected Auburn to 4 overdoses and robberies that occurred between January and June. No further details were disclosed on the types of drugs used on the men and how Auburn supposedly drugged them. Auburn also faces multiple felony charges, including involuntary manslaughter, aggravated robbery, and trafficking in drugs. Police suspect additional victims may be and are urging anyone with information to come forward. Now, woo, can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Deborah said that she needed me to put my mic closer because the volume was a little too low. I'm actually speaking loud, so it's crazy that you guys can hear me. But we're gonna speak a little bit louder for you guys. Let me know if this sounds better. My biggest thing is I get that we're all adults. I understand that we all have our urges, and I get it. Sometimes you just try to find the easy way out to get your needs met. But people need to be way more safe in their sexual endeavors. People need to start wrapping it up. People need to start actually conversing with these people that they're having sexual interactions with. And maybe some people need to realize that a quick 50 bucks may be do or die for you and your belongings. I'm sorry for those who tried to find an easy way out to get some of their needs met and they ended up either losing their lives, losing their belongings, may they rest in peace. But this should be a lesson to people that if you're going to go out there and find an easy way to have sexual relations, make sure you're safe, make sure you ask questions, make sure you are protected, and make sure that you are aware of your surroundings. And it goes to people who are my age too, who are out here on dating apps, inviting people to their house. The same thing can happen if you invite somebody to their house. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they bought a prostitute, they did all these different things. It's absolutely no different than going on an app and bringing a stranger to your house to have sexual relations. You still have to be safe. You still have to wrap it up. You still have to ask questions, period. Let me know if you guys agree in the YouTube or by calling in at 702-221-7283. Again, 702-221-7283, because I want to know, you guys think I'm wrong? Am I giving you too much slack? Well, let me know. Karen from Arizona says, scary world. Yes, let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me better. I am broadcasting live from my house today. For those who are just now tuning in, I was involved in a car accident that left me unconscious and hitting a pole. The person who hit me, ran me off the road, actually fled the scene. So I'm still dealing with that. So I'm doing my show from home today, trying to, he'll get better. Doctor says I still can move around, but I'll tell you guys the full story once I feel more comfortable talking and I don't feel like I'm gonna cry. All right, as written by the Shade Room, former President Donald Trump was fined $10,000 after violating a standing gag order for a second time in his New York fraud case. Judge Arthur Engoron called Trump to testify under oath after he made the following comment to the press during a break in that morning's testimony. Quote, "This judge is a very partisan judge. with the person who's very partisan sitting alongside him, perhaps even much more partisan than he is, end quote. Although Trump claimed his comments were directed towards his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, the judge did not find his testimony credible and proceeded with the fine. Judge Gordon told Trump, quote, don't do it again or will be much worse, end quote. Trump received the initial gag order after making a post about the law clerk to Truth Social. The post included a picture of the clerk along Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and comments where Trump insinuated the two had a personal relationship. He was previously fined $5,000 for violating his gag order after that same post was found on his campaign site. Weeks after, the judge ordered the post to be deleted. Yes, there's a lot of things going on with Trump. You guys know how I feel about that. I feel like all of this is just one big reality show. It is irritating that we are in a space where being goofy or being dramatic or causing a scene is more important than the truth, is more important than actually sitting down as adults and having conversations, is more important than getting to the bottom of things. It makes me sad. It makes me sad that this is the world we live in because these are people who we look to for help. These are people who have been in places of power. These are people who have huge influence in our society, and this is how they act. And as you know, Donald Trump did storm out of a trial with Secret Service chasing behind him, prompting the courtroom to gasp. The former president reportedly threw his hands up, said, I'm leaving, and abruptly exited the courtroom on this past Wednesday after a judge denied his request to throw out his civil fraud case. Yeah, there's a lot going on. That's according to People magazine. Guys, we're take a quick break. When we come back, we have more daily news. I don't want you guys to go anywhere because, like I said, I have daily news. We have two separate topics I want to get into. How do you parent your kids and do this the wrong people things? This is Jaime Dee Show. Stay right there. I'll be back.
Hello, everyone. It's Shy from Nursing Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. We're located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Address 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. We're located in the Summerlin area. Be sure to check us out. We are running specials on all services. That's right, 10% off all services the month of October, whatever you choose, regardless if it's a facial injectable treatment, body injectable treatment, wellness service such as IV hydration, weight loss therapy, or even skincare and getting a facial. You get 10% off all services this month. Be sure to mention the Jaime Dee Show and get an additional 15% off your next facial service. Make sure to give us a call at 725-205-1147. We hope to hear from everyone soon, and don't forget our special deals in 10/31/23.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show, a real live morning radio show. I love when my friends are here and they're just really supporting me. I'm going to check my sound because apparently they're saying we have sound issues. I'm not sure why. But I really appreciate you guys actually come and you guys talk to me. You guys chat with me. You guys ask me questions and you make sure to be supportive. But I want to tell you guys this. If you're on the YouTube right now, you guys can sign in by using your Gmail account. You literally can sign in by using your Gmail account and you are able to comment live on the live YouTube stream. You don't have to text me personally. Well, I appreciate you guys text me personally. I have somebody who texted me who said lock Trump up, but please, y'all are adults. Y'all can definitely write that in the chat. Yes. Hey, Jeffrey Chuck, I see you in the YouTube right now. Thank you. I'm not sure why. This is the
The struggles of working from home when you have to fix your computer and your computer likes to change your microphone to your camera instead of your actual mic. But we got it fixed. All right, let's get into more daily news. All right, so as stated by the Shade Room, a Mississippi woman wants answers after learning that her son was fatally run over by a police officer and buried in a pauper's graveyard without telling her. She received the news months after she reported him missing. Betterson Wade, the mother of 37-year-old Dexter Wade, said that she last saw her son on March 5th after he left her house with a friend. Betterson eventually reported him missing to the Jackson Police Department on March 14th after days passed without hearing from him. Betterson says that an investigator took her statement and she sent him and another investigator photos of her son, requesting that they put his picture on TV. She says that she kept in regular touch with the police, asking for an update. But every time she called, she was told that they had no information, which was ultimately untrue. Betterson eventually learned that Dexter was killed while walking across Interstate 55 when a Jackson police SUV driven by an off-duty officer struck him. The collision occurred an hour after Dexter left her house on March 5th. Dexter was reportedly without information when he died, but when he did have a prescription pill bottle in his pocket. Hines County coroner investigator LeGrand Elliott was able to verify Dexter's identity and his next of kin before eventually forwarding the information to the Jackson Police Department on March 9th. However, despite knowing Dexter's identity as well as next of kin, Jackson police failed to contact Betterson. Sadly, this isn't Betterson's first incident with Jackson police. In 2019, her 62-year-old brother was killed after former Jackson officer Anthony Fox slammed him to the ground during an arrest. The officer was convicted of manslaughter, but is currently appealing. Betterson can't help but wonder if her son's death had anything to do with her brothers and the allegations she made against the police in that case. Quote, "Maybe it was a vendetta. Maybe they buried my son to get back at me," she said. This is such a heart-wrenching story. It literally makes me sick to my stomach that we still have police officers out there who are not doing their jobs, who are not protecting and serving, who are not for the people, and who don't have the true mental capacity to do their job. This case of this unfortunate guy who lost his life due to reckless police behavior and what they call failure to report this crime is insane. That wasn't a failure. We need to start using better words when we're talking about people who are taking people's lives, who are doing things on purpose, who are evil, vile, and disgusting on purpose. This wasn't a situation where it was failure. They purposely did not report this crime. I don't know what you guys think. Again, calling at 702-221-7283. But I don't consider this failure. I consider this purposeful. Because when you say failure, that could be taken as an accident or oopsie or, oh, something happened in the background. No. This was purposely done. Kara says, anyone who abuses their power should be shamed. I completely agree. I am wishing the absolute best for this mother. I hope that she receives the absolute justice that she deserves. But in my personal opinion, losing family members at the hands of the police officers who are supposed to be serving and protecting you, there is no real justice you can get. There's no dollar sign amount that you can give somebody that will make somebody forgive and forget. This mom is going to have to deal with this reality until she dies. And the fact that she has to think and believe that maybe this was a vendetta against her sticking up for what was right when her first child was killed by an officer. Her brother was killed by an officer. Is insane. I'm sending her all of the love and light and positivity because it's going to take way more than that. And it's unfortunate. This is the things that our people have to go through on a daily. All right. According to on site, an Arkansas woman was apprehended in California after allegedly abducting her 8 children from their foster homes, as reported by Radar Online. The suspect has been identified as 36-year-old Trista Fullerton. The Anderson Police Department received a call from, quote, a concerned citizen, end quote, around 12:30 a.m. on October 21st, who said they saw Fullerton, quote, displaying bizarre behavior, end quote, while in the parking lot of a Mexican restaurant in a pickup truck with 6 children inside. It is unclear how all 8 children were transported, police said. Upon arriving at the scene, officers discovered an Arkansas registered truck filled with trash. Fullerton had a felony warrant. Fullerton, who had a felony warrant for abducting her children, was arrested at the scene. Police interviewed her and learned that the other 2 missing children were located in a home about 5 miles away. Anderson Police Department confirmed this with the help of the Shasta County Sheriff's Office. Fullerton, who is the biological mother of all 8 children, had her custodial rights revoked for undisclosed reasons. She is now in custody at the Shasta County Jail and will be extradited to Arkansas, police said. Shasta County Children and Family Services have taken custody of all 8 children, according to the outlet. So a part of me is like, do what you got to do for your kids. But the other part of me is like, no. She obviously got her kids taken away for a reason. And she obviously has some issues that she has not sought help for and is acting out. And she shouldn't have had these 8 kids in the first place. I do not know why you guys just decide to continue to have unprotected sex with people. But people need to learn when to wrap it up. People need to learn when to say no. And people need to learn when enough is enough. 8 kids for no reason. A lot of y'all have 1 kid and can't take care of the 1 kid y'all got. And it's very, very unfortunate. But to go out there and try to steal your kids back when you don't deserve your kids in the first place is insane. In Las Vegas news, Fox 5 Vegas states that as the culinary union in Las Vegas seeks a new 5-year contract, dozens of its members were arrested on the Las Vegas Strip this past Wednesday evening in an act the group deemed, quote, civil disobedience. The assembled union members were vocal as they picketed in front of multiple strip resort hotels. At approximately 5:45 p.m., some of them gathered between Bellagio and Paris and sat down in a circle in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard, bringing traffic to a dead stop. Now, if you guys have not been to Las Vegas Boulevard or been to the Strip or been on Las Vegas Boulevard or have even been in a car, because I know a lot of times people come to the Strip and they just kind of walk around everywhere, you wouldn't understand how horrific the traffic is in general. So to have this demonstration and this picketing being done on the Strip, woo, I know that traffic was insane. I know people were upset. At approximately 5:50 p.m., Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officers began to take the union members disrupting traffic into custody using zip ties to bind their hands and escort them off the street. The remaining union members cheered wildly and vocally as this happened. Fox 5's Mike Allen described the scene as a jovial atmosphere, as the union members had planned to be arrested and cooperated cheerfully as it occurred. Some smiled and chatted with police as they were taken into custody. But the smiles belied the very serious reason behind the arrest, which the union says were discussed with Metro beforehand. Quote, this is a big effort for us to get arrested to show the companies that we are into this and we're not joking. And quote, guest attendant Elena Newman told Fox 5, quote, we are ready to strike, end quote. Quote, if they don't listen to us now, our next step will be to go on strike, end quote. Banquet server Tasha Bruce warned, quote, our goal is to send a message to these properties that they're going down the wrong path, that they're making a big mistake, end quote, said Ted Papa George, culinary union secretary and treasurer. Papa George and other members say there's been some progress, at least with MGM earlier this week, but they still want to see more from the resorts. Quote, I spent 12 hours in negotiations on Monday with MGM, and there's been movement on both sides, but not enough from their side, Grush said. Quote, I'm hoping that seeing 75 people get arrested will be enough to push them over the edge and get them to meet us somewhere way closer to the middle than they're at right now, end quote. Wynn Resorts had no comment on the planned action. Fox 5 reached out to MGM and Caesars for comment, but had not heard back. Y'all, there's so much going on in Las Vegas, Nevada. On strike, teachers are on strike. I mean, people are over it. People are sick and tired of the treatment. People need money. People need benefits. People need equal treatment. And I stand with people who are fighting for their rights to get what they deserve. This economy is trash. Help these people. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to discuss, and I'm excited for this, how to handle if your kid is a bully. Again, how to handle if your kid is a bully. Stick around. This is the Jaime Dee Show. I'll be back.
Everyone, it's Shy from Nursing Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. We're located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Address 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. We're located in the Summerlin area. Be sure to check us out. We are running specials on all services. That's right, 10% off all services the month of October, whatever you choose, regardless if it's a facial injectable treatment, body injectable treatment, wellness service such as IV hydration, weight loss therapy, or even skincare and getting a facial. You get 10% off all services this month. Be sure to mention the Jaime Dee Show and get an additional 15% off your next facial service. Make sure to give us a call at 725-205-1147. We hope to hear from everyone soon, and don't forget our special deals in 10/31/23.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Zen World Premium CBD offers full and broad spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules, which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zenworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Range Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow, a real live morning radio show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. If you're just now tuning in, I went over some daily news, and now we're going to have a conversation on how to handle if your kid is a bully. Yes, we're going to talk about that because I know some of y'all like to get into a tussle when it comes to parenting. So let's get into it. Hey, this is a safe space to say what you want. If we argue, we argue. If we don't, we don't. Listen, this is all about communication, not about trying to be mean or rude to each other, but being adults who know how to sit down and talk. All right. So I've said this before on my live morning radio show, but I will say it again. I would like to be a parent one day. Do I know when that one day will be? Absolutely not. I always thought that I'd be married and have kids by 28, and I am definitely past that age. Currently single, sad about a lot of things in life, traumatized from the many failed dating stories I've gained over the years, always irritated by how people in the dating pool act, think, and respond to certain things, and super confused how people are still trapped in the mindset that they need to stay together for the kids, should stick out a situation that doesn't benefit them positively, and more. That's really how I feel. I said what I said. I swore by 28 that I would have about 2 to 3 kids, but now it is what it is. I would still like to have that many kids, but once I got to my current age, I realized I'm still young and I got time and I don't need to rush when I have kids. My family will come when the time is right. I believe God knows what he is doing with my journey, even if it feels a little ghetto. I mean, I am finally living more in my dreams, so it's really forget them kids at this moment. I mean, seriously, like who's trying to have kids when they're finally getting into themselves for real, you know? But hey, each their own. If you have kids when you have kids, I'm happy for you. Be great. Hey, shout out to 5 Fab, shout out to Kara, shout out to Tracy. I see you guys in the chat. What up? All right. So well, recently I was talking to my best friend about parenting styles, and I told them I wasn't sure how I would discipline my kids when the time comes. I definitely believe the world has become way too soft, and that is why we have all these crazy humans running the earth. Now, I still believe that spanking should still be a thing, but it should be done appropriately. Don't fight me. We can talk about it. Let me know. 702-221-7283 or comment in the chat if you disagree with me or if you agree with me. No, we shouldn't be beating our kids, hitting them with foreign objects that will leave them traumatized. But yes, these kids deserve a pop or two when their actions get way too extreme and we see that these kids don't have an off button. I also want to make it known that spanking should not replace talking to your kids, having an open space for your kids, teaching them valuable lessons, and how their actions can negatively affect them for the rest of their lives. Again, I don't think spanking should replace those things. I know a lot of parents have spanked the mess out of their kids and leave it there. To me, that is not right at all. I also believe that you should definitely take things away from your kids when they do bad things. They need to be taught that they will not and should not be rewarded for their bad behavior. I mean, that's just how I believe, what I think. I mean, let me know on the YouTube right now or call in. Now, again, this is what I believe, but do I know if I'll parent like this or even be the best at parenting? Absolutely not. I have no clue how I would turn out as a parent, but what I do know is that I'll try my best. I will adapt as the time goes along, ask for help from others with experience, and keep an open mind because I have worked to that space in my life. Now, all this came up because a parent decided to take away their child's personal items, social media, and access to homecoming and prom for bullying someone at school and being racist. I want you all to take a listen to this audio and let's discuss if this parent went too far. Take a listen.
Asshole for making my daughter miss once-in-a-lifetime events, homecoming and senior prom, and delete all of her social media as a punishment for bullying.
Ooh.
Yesterday, I was informed that my daughter, Sam, was a part of a group of students who bullied another girl to the point that she had to switch schools.
Oh, jeez.
There was a racial aspect to the bullying, which came as a complete shock since my wife and I truly did our best to raise our 3 kids to be kind and honest individuals. I don't believe that a grounding and confiscation of electronics is harsh enough for what Sam did. So I told Sam that she won't be allowed to participate in homecoming or attend senior prom. I also told her that she won't be getting a car for her 18th birthday either. Finally, I told her that she'll have to delete all of her social media accounts with either me or her mom watching. She begged me to allow her to go to senior prom because it's a once in a lifetime event and keep just her Instagram account because it has pictures going back to years that weren't saved anywhere else. I told her that she shouldn't have been a racist bully. My parents are temporarily staying with us while their house is undergoing renovations. They agree that what Sam did was completely out of line and must be punished, but they think that making my daughter miss homecoming and senior prom and forcing her to delete her social media is far, far too harsh. Am I the asshole?
So I want to know what you guys think. Call in 702-221-7283. Again, 702-221-7283. Or continue to comment in the YouTube chat. Kara says maybe her daughter will learn a life lesson. Good for the parents. Gina Challenge says, nope, I do not think that they are wrong. You are a parent and you should parent that way. Now, let me tell you this. As long as you're not abusing your child, I will not tell a parent how they should parent their child, period. Because there's a lot of parents out here who go too far with their spankings, go too far with their life lessons, go too far with taking items away, and more. But it is 2023. If your kid is being racist, one, and you're not teaching that, two, and they have access to social media, three, and there's all these different clips on social media saying that that's wrong, your kids should know better. Period, point blank, especially in high school. Now, are there a lot of dumb kids out there? There surely are. Trust and believe me, there are. I don't care what y'all say. There are a lot of dumb kids out there. There are. However, I truly believe that the parent did what was right for this occasion. Not only did you bully this child, but you were racist toward this child to the point where they had to leave schools. And I'm so sure if this child was not caught, they would have kept on with their actions. They would have believed that their actions were fair. They would have kept on with their behaviors. Now, Rob says that's a hard one. I would have not included the prom, but would have put strict monetary behavior requirements to go. And I get it. I get it. Super, super strict. I understand people can feel like that's very strict to take away I would say a life milestone. I mean, yes, Sweet 16, cars, homecomings, proms, those are all milestones. But if this was the real world and she hurt somebody or killed somebody, her freedom will be gone. Her life will be gone. So I personally believe that those parents taught her a valuable lesson. I was going to say something mean, but do dumb stuff, get dumb rewards, period. That's the radio version of what I was going to say. Because, again, you made a child leave the school because you're bullying her that bad. You don't deserve to celebrate milestones. You just ruined a child's possible life. Y'all might be like, "Oh, that's going too far. You didn't ruin that child's life." No, you did. To be bullied so bad that you had to leave a high school, that child will live with that memory and that fear forever. Yes, these kids need to toughen up. Yes, these kids need to learn how to stick up for themselves. Yes, but also those who are at these schools need to learn how to also be pillars in their schools and help these kids stick up for themselves. They need to also help these kids stop bullying and not just sit there and let these things happen. And they need to get their parents way more involved, and parents need to get more involved by themselves. So no, if this teen made another teen feel so horrible that they had to leave a school, they shouldn't deserve to go to prom, period. I know kids who don't get to go to prom because the principal said so for less things. They'll be fine. They better have their own prom in their backyard. Trust me, I'm sure that they're entitled enough to do so. All right, we'll take a quick break. Kara says, maybe the teen shouldn't have done what she did. I don't think it's too strict. I mean, I agree. Y'all, we're going to take a quick break, and we're finally going to get into this topic. I've been trying to get into this topic for over a week and a half now. Do we make the wrong people famous? I think for somebody who's injured right now and is not feeling that great after their car accident, I'm doing a pretty good job. All right, stick around. This is the Jaime Dee Show. Don't forget to send the link out to your friends, family, and those you just like. Let's support the Jaime Dee Show. Let's support y'all, and I love y'all. All right, stick around. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Hello, everyone. It's Shy from Nursey Cosmetics and Aesthetics Wellness Spa. We're located right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Address 8360 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 220. We're located in the Summerlin area. Be sure to check us out. We are running specials on all services. That's right, 10% off all services the month of October, whatever you choose, regardless if it's a facial injectable treatment, body injectable treatment, wellness service such as IV hydration, weight loss therapy, or even skincare and getting a facial. You get 10% off all services this month. Be sure to mention the Jaime Dee Show and get an additional 15% off your next facial service. Make sure to give us a call at 725-205-1147. We hope to hear from everyone soon, and don't forget our special deals in 10/31/23.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Jaime Dee Show. Woo! Live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. PST, and live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at the Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. Hey, if you're listening in your car, thank you so much for not turning that radio dial. But also, if you want to see some behind the scenes, you want to also see other videos I post, make sure to follow the Instagram and the YouTube at the Jaime Dee Show and the TikTok at the Jaime Dee Show. I post a lot of things on those sites. All right, if you're just now tuning in, I already went over some daily news, and we just had a conversation on if how to handle if your kid is a bully and if taking away life milestones is too much. I personally said they weren't doing too much. Bravo to the parents. Some people agreed in the comments, some people didn't. Now, let's finally get into this conversation on, do we make the wrong people famous? I've been wanting to talk about this for the longest time, and I was so afraid that, like, by the time we got to this topic that maybe it wouldn't be relevant anymore, but it still is. So I want to say this. I'm so tired of these big social media platforms, these big media personalities, and these big blogs making the wrong people famous. I said what I said. I said what I said. I meant what I said. I'm so tired of people being so excited and intrigued in mess, drama, and turmoil more than happiness, success stories, and positivity. Seriously, like I just don't understand why people do what they do when they know they have a platform and they know their content is going to make somebody famous. Seriously, I don't know what you guys think. I want you guys to comment on the YouTube. I want you guys to call in 702-221-7283. But I really, really want to know, do you guys believe if we make the wrong people famous? There's so many stories that I've seen as media personality where it's like, nope, absolutely not. I will absolutely not give any exposure to this. But if I have to, meaning like, you know, my producer wants me to do it, or like this is a story that everybody's talking about, or like, hey, like we literally have to cover this because this is going to teach people a lesson, I will stick to the story and not hype up a fairy tale. Again, if I have to talk about a story where I know this is going to give that wrong person more shine, yes, I will talk about it because it's my duty as a media personality. But there are a lot of people who talk about these different individuals and make them famous on purpose. And I don't care what nobody says, but I said what I said. Because you can say no. Unless you are literally being told to do so by your producer, You can say no. And also, you do have a right to have a input on how you address the story, especially for those media personalities who aren't even in the news, who aren't even on the radio, but just have a big platform where they can do and say whatever they want. People just make everything dramatic. People just make everything funny. People just make everything like a fairy tale moment just because. And I literally hate that. There are so many people in this world who do deserve their stories being told, and they don't, because these media personalities and these media outlets and these news outlets just don't believe that it's going to be beneficial to the public, or the public is going to really like it. And I really want people to know that we literally are the curators of the culture. When I say we, I mean media personalities, blogs and social media and more. We are literally the curators of the culture. What we say and how we push different content is what the world is going to accept and what the world is going to believe, period. That is like literally a fact. But people like to still brainwash people and do what they want to do. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. Now, y'all know about the Carly Russell girl, the black girl who faked her own abduction. Y'all know me. I love everybody, whether they're white, black, Hispanic, gay, bi, trans, whatever they want to be. And everybody can get this appropriate smoke. Everybody can get the appropriate smoke. I'm never just going in on one community, because my community does some dumb stuff sometimes. Well, she was found guilty of faking her own kidnapping, sentenced to 1 year in jail, and will be made to pay nearly $18,000 in restitution. Now, if you don't know what restitution is, according to TooMuchSteak.com, quote, examples of restitution might include a shoplifter who was ordered to repay a store owner for the cost of a stolen item, or an assailant who may pay for their victim's medical expenses after a violent assault. In homicide cases, restoration can even cover funeral costs, end quote. Now, in my opinion, serves her right. Again, serves Carly Russell right for being a dummy and causing the world and its media outlets to break into an uproar. Now, did this girl expect this to happen? Who's to say? But if you knew something was getting bigger than it needed to be, don't you think you should have stepped up and stopped everything before it went too far? Again, let me know in the comments. Comment live on the YouTube right now, or call in at 702-221-7283, because I love having conversations. We could talk about it. Now, hear me out. There are kids every day running away, faking their kidnapping, making up stories for attention for their families and for their little boyfriends or girlfriends. Does that make it right since some people are doing it and their stories are going untold? Absolutely not. But Carly happened to be the dummy who did the extra most and got caught for her actions. Well, ever since the news of her being found guilty at the streets, media outlets around the world are trying to get her on their show for her to, quote, tell it all. Okay, and quote. In my opinion, I think that is so dumb. I think a simple article of her telling it all could suffice, but putting her on a pedestal and romanticizing this entire thing is dumb, because we've all seen when big platforms romanticize the wrong thing, those in power see money signs and turn around and make these idiots out there famous. And then people take what those idiots do and try to recreate it to also get put on because they saw, I may go through a little bit, I might get arrested, but I'm going to come out on top as a celebrity. I'm going to get brand deals. People are going to take after me. I'm going to be on all these shows. So they're going to be like, that outweighs the negative impact of going to jail and feeling like, oh, I just messed up. Now, we are stuck with these new celebrities and influencers who don't even give back to our communities or uplift them in any possible way. They literally just destroy our culture. I said what I said. Now, I'm going to get into this. Candace Owens is begging Carly Russell to come on her show and tell it all. Like, Candace literally went online and begged Carly Russell to come on her show. She even offered to pay Carly Russell's $18,000 restitution bill. I want you guys to take a listen to this video and let's discuss if we're making the wrong people famous and if we as listeners and consumers are also a part of this foolishness as well. Take a listen.
Please come on this show. We are begging. I will pay the $18,000 fine if you sit down with me and give me a one-on-one on where you were for the 48 hours. I mean that. Take it to the bank, Carly Russell. Talk to me on this show about where the heck you were for 48 hours. America deserves to know. We would break the internet, Carly Russell. Let's break the internet, Carly Russell.
See, absolutely not. It makes me so mad Oh my gosh, it makes me so mad that Candace Owens has such a huge platform and she does something dumb like this. And my thing is, she's not doing it because she knows it will teach people a lesson. She's not doing it because she's covering a story that will change the culture. She's not doing it because this is an impactful story for our communities. She's doing it because she wants to break the internet. She's doing it because she wants shock value. She's doing it because this is a hee ha ha moment and the world just wants to know. I could care less. Period. I can care less about a girl who was upset with her boyfriend and faked her own abduction for his attention. I could literally care less. I don't want to know why she did it. I don't want to know how she did it. I don't care. Now, granted, I know that there are a lot of people out there in the world who are really into like the murder mysteries and how to get away with murder and all these different things. So I can understand how those shows can kind of romanticize this story. And you're like, okay, I kind of want to know how somebody almost got away with it. But we heard the details already. The police reports and all of those other conversations that were had by counsels is like, we know what happened. We know how she did it. A simple article would suffice in this situation. Even Rob says America doesn't deserve to know because we don't need to know. He also says we need to move from ratings and back to news. Rob, I completely agree. Completely agree. Because what does this do? Like, then they're gonna try to make a documentary about this. Then she's gonna okay, pause, take a step back. Not only did Candace Owens say she wants to have her on the show to break the internet, she also offered to pay her restitution pay. Like, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Carly Russell is going to have to spend up to a year in prison. We're not sure what's going to happen with that, but that's what's being said. And she has to pay that restitution. However, if she actually goes on that show, she gets her restitution bill paid for. That's a prime example of how we are excusing behavior just for views. We're excusing behavior just to tell a shocking story. And we are romanticizing the wrong ideas. We're putting the wrong people on a pedestal. And as we know, because we've seen several times here, there, and everywhere, a judge can have one ruling and come back and change the whole thing. A court case can have a precedent, and that precedent can mean absolutely nothing after a while. We saw what happened with Roe v. Wade. So my thing is, y'all put her on a pedestal, y'all pay her restitution pay, y'all make a mockery of all this, y'all romanticize this entire situation, and now here she is, a public figure or celebrity in our community who can get away with dumb stuff, and this is going to teach our young kids that it's okay to run away. I mean, well, it is okay to run away if you are in a literally bad situation. Please get out of it. But for attention, it is not okay. To fake pregnancies is not okay. To fake abductions and fake deaths is not okay. Like, it literally is mind-boggling that people like Candace Owens and people in the news see things like this and like, I have to hop on it because it's going to make me more famous. It's going to add shock value. It's going to shock the internet. It's going to bring me this. It's going to bring me that. Let me say this. As a media personality, there are stories that you are like, dang, this is going to be a big story. We got to talk about this. This is definitely going to shock the world because we need to hear this. But some of those stories do not need to be told, period. That's how I feel. There are some that should be told, that could be told, and there's some that should not be told. And this is one of them. You know what? One story that I actually was going to talk about today that I didn't have time to talk about was the Dwight Howard story. That's a shocking story. That's a story that we all kind of want to know about. Is he gay? Well, we know he likes men now. It is what it is. But having him on the radio, having him on TV, discussing those type of topics, that's not going to impact the culture in a bad way. It might actually help the culture. There's a lot of people in sports who need to come out. It would help a lot of things and a lot of people, seriously. But this Carly Russell story and telling the story to romanticize this is dumb. Y'all, we're out of time. This has been a very, very eventful week for me and a very, very eventful week for you all. I love you all so, so much. I know Halloween is until next week, but it's technically Halloween weekend in many different cities. please be safe. Please put on your seatbelt. Please, I'm gonna tell you my story about my car accident probably soon. Get insurance. Check your insurance. Make sure you have uninsured motor insurance. Make sure you have rental coverage. Those few extra dollars you think you're saving is not worth it. Spend those extra dollars, because I found myself in a car accident where I thought I had certain type of insurance and I didn't. And I am SOL. So please protect yourself. Please be safe. Watch your surroundings and do what you need to do to have a good time while still being safe. If you want to promote your products, business, or service on the Jaime Dee Show, info@jaimedee.com. info@JAIMEDEE.com. I love you guys so much. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. You were just tuned into the Jaime Dee Show, live on KSHP AM 1400 and 107.1 FM. If you aren't in the Las Vegas area, you can catch my show live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook at The Jaime Dee Show. That's TheJaimeDeeshow. If you want to advertise your business on my show, email us at info@jaimedee.com. Thank you all so much for your support. See you tomorrow.